Love the Christmas garland.
It's better than being a dumb one. Okay, welcome to the Intelligent Donkey.
Woo!
Woohoo! I'm here. I'm with the Dafter today. Last week I was with Nana, and this is actually a direct follow-up to a video that Nana and I did last week. I don't know if you saw it
Nope, haven't
or
yet.
not, but we did a song with the same name as the song we're going to do today.
Oh, fun.
Called Sorrow, but it's not by Pink Floyd,
Oh.
and this is not another Pink Floyd song or anything like that. It's just a very different song, in fact. It's not one, one's not a cover and the original.
Oh, so this is just, they share the same name, and that's it.
Yep.
That's the only correlation.
That's the only correlation that they have, is they just happen to have the same name.
Okay.
This is a cover, and I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, it's weird.
So there's 3 songs called Sorrow, at least.
Well, yeah. I mean, but this version by David Bowie.
David Bowie!
Is a cover of a song that was actually recorded twice before it. One by the Mercy Beats, I think they were called, in 1967.
Nice.
And by the McCoys, a group that I have mentioned on this channel before to you.
Yep, I think I remember that.
The McCoys with Rick Derringer
Okay.
as the lead guitar player and lead singer, for at least some songs anyway.
Okay.
The McCoys were actually the first to record Sorrow. So this is the second cover of it, and it was done by David Bowie. And I want to do a little background on this.
Okay.
David Bowie, in 1972, David Bowie was at one of his several career peaks. He was definitely flying high after an album called The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Cool beans. Love
This
it.
was not his first album, it was his third, actually. And it featured, among other things, the song Starman. It's a starman waiting in the sky.
Yep, I've heard that song.
Okay.
Yep.
And we reacted to it on this channel, not you. Not Nana either.
Oh.
One of your nephews.
Yep. I remember that.
Did Starman, which was a lot of fun. With that success, he even re-released a song that he had done on his first album, the song Space Oddity.
Okay.
He re-released it then in 1972, where it flopped kind of in its original release. In 1969, it went top 10 in both the United States and the United Kingdom.
Okay.
So he was really flying high at that time. Then he came out with, then early 73, well, April of 73 to be exact, he did the album Aladdin Sane, which became, up to that point anyway, his best selling. It actually outsold The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Okay.
But he still had his Spiders from Mars get-up and stuff like that, and he actually credited the band as being the Spiders from Mars.
Oh.
And of course, it's a play on words. Aladdin Sane is a lad, comma, insane.
Oh, Aladdin Sane. Okay, I get it. That makes more sense now. I was like, wait, what? I love Bowie because this is 1973 and he looks like this could be 1985. Like his look, like he was so ahead of his time.
Way ahead of his time. 2 of the 4 singles that were released from that album are actually featured in the Midnight Special appearance that I'm going to talk about here in a moment.
Okay.
Later in 73, he released an album called Pinups, which is a covers album. Lots of artists do this, where they just take a bunch of songs that they grew up with or whatever, and that's the case here. All these songs are from the middle to late 60s. Of covers and do covers of them. There was only one single, however, released from the Pinups album.
And that was Sorrow.
And that was Sorrow.
Okay.
Now, the album was released in October of 73, as was the single Sorrow. And a month later, well, actually right around the time that Sorrow was released as a single, he was contacted by the executive producers, Burt Sugarman and the rest of the group at NBC, about doing an appearance on the Midnight Special, which had just begun.
I remember, we've done Midnight Special stuff before.
We've done Midnight Special stuff. They had just started their second season on the air, and they approached David Bowie with the idea of doing an appearance on there. Now, although they had some British artists on the show from time to time, they did it in America.
Okay.
They recorded it in America, and David Bowie had a different idea. He said,
"Of course he did.
How about if we just record it as opposed to being live? The time difference wouldn't have worked. Then they would have had to record the show, or had to broadcast the show at 6 o'clock in the morning UK time.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have worked." Or 5 o'clock in the morning, I think, UK time, as it was. So instead of doing it live, he says, how about if we can do, I can record one, and I'll agree to do it under just a few stipulations. One is that David Bowie had complete and total freedom of artistic expression on it. Basically, he ran the show.
Heck yeah! Okay. As artists should.
As artists should, I suppose. He would call on what guests would appear.
Oh, okay.
And everything.
Mm-hmm.
He really had just total creative freedom over the entire episode.
Okay.
So, what he did, well, they agreed to his terms.
Uh-huh.
And in October of 1973, then, right at the time that he released the single Sorrow, they performed at I think it was the Rainbow Theatre, they called it, in London.
Okay.
He announced ahead of time that it was his last show as Ziggy Stardust, as the character Ziggy Stardust.
Yep.
That's in spite of the fact that the upcoming next album that they were going to do was an album called Diamond Dogs, when he still had the Ziggy Stardust kind of persona.
Yeah.
Even though that album wasn't released until May of 1974, and it wasn't even started recording until January of 1974, the first song that they performed on the Midnight Special episode was 1984.
Dang.
Now, and using that as a theme and using a little play on words like that, he put together what he called, and remind you, this is 1973 we're talking here, the 1980 Floor Show.
Okay.
Implying that it's a futuristic thing.
Yes.
Now, one of these days, we're actually going to go through part or all of the whole show.
Okay.
All right, including that opening number, 1984.
But today we're just listening to one part of the show, right?
We're listening to the very next song.
Oh, okay.
The second song of the set. Now, this is one unusual thing about this song in particular, is that unlike almost the whole rest of the show, because the whole rest of the show was done live, as in they weren't using any recorded stuff like that. This one actually does. Okay. It's not quite like a lip sync thing, because he is singing on this. I can hear the difference between the studio version of this and the live version that we hear here.
Yeah.
But the instrumentation for this, for everything except his voice and the saxophone solo, is just from the recording originally.
All right.
But it's just dubbed in, not lip synced like that. But this, therefore, is the second song of the set. In other words, after the first commercial.
Nice.
Of the 1980 Floor Show. This song is called Sorrow. And we'll talk about the irony of that title in just a moment here.
Okay.
So here is Sorrow.
Love the Christmas garland.
With your long blonde hair and your eyes of blue, the only thing I ever got from you was sorrow. Sorrow. You're acting funny, trying to spend my money. You're out there playing your high-class games of sorrow. Sorrow.
So
As
they're
you
playing
can hear,
chess.
by the way, there's harmony vocals there.
Okay.
You know who's doing the harmony?
David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Yeah. So I was also going to say this is a very upbeat song to be about sorrow.
Thank you. That's exactly my point on this one. Last week we did "Sorrow" by Pink Floyd, written by David Gilmour, original song then, and it was very serious, not somber necessarily, but very serious and dramatic sounding song.
And obviously this is just making fun of something. Like she's playing chess, I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's, I love how it's just wrapped in Christmas garland, and she's just pushing people around. Mm-hmm. So it's just not taking himself seriously at all.
Yeah.
You never do what you know you ought to. Something tells me you're the devil's daughter. Sorrow. Sorrow.
Speaking of art, talking about their outfits, they look crocheted.
Yeah, I
think
possibly.
If they are crocheted, because that's what it looks like, you can't do crochet on a machine, which means each one of those outfits was handmade. Mm-hmm.
Quite
fantastic.
Quite the costumed arrangement.
Mm-hmm. Is fantastic. It's absolutely spectacular.
Sorrow. With your long blonde hair and your eyes of red, and the only thing I ever got from you was sorrow. Sorrow.
She was one of the guests, by the way.
Oh, that he got to
She sang later on.
Oh, nice.
With your long, long hair, I couldn't sleep last night. With your long, long hair.
That was cool.
That's cool.
I noticed she had one of those rings that's attached to the fabric of your dress.
Oh yeah. The
Okay.
who passed away just last year.
Oh wow. Not
we
too
had
long
her-
after Bowie.
Well, 9 years.
Oh really?
No, because Bowie died in 2016.
Oh man, 2016 feels like it was just yesterday.
2016 was 9 years ago.
Oh Lord.
Marianne Faithfull would later go on to sing. Marianne Faithfull is best known as being Mick Jagger's ex-girlfriend before he met his first wife.
Okay.
So,
Oh my goodness. All right. So
So any which way, yeah, Bowie was riding high, an incredible 4-album stretch there with Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and then Aladdin Sane, which again 2 of those songs do appear in the special.
Okay.
Well, here's the odd thing too: for all the success of Ziggy Stardust, there are no songs from that album in the Midnight Special
That's interesting.
episode that chronicled. Mind you, the Midnight Special thing was actually a little over a year after the release of Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
So 1973 is more the year that he was focusing on with Aladdin Sane, 2 songs from there. Pin-Ups, which despite only having 1 single, he actually had at least 2 that I can think of off the top of my head, songs from Pin-Ups on there, and of course one from Diamond Dogs, and he did Space Oddity on there. Probably the best live version of Space Oddity I've ever heard.
Ooh.
Space Oddity, by the way, was also done on this channel with one of your nieces.
Got it.
Sister of the nephew that watched Starman.
Yeah, that'd be fun to do the whole thing. And I'm assuming you got to stay up that night and see this thing.
Not only did I watch the whole thing, but this was right around the time that my dad got a hold of this reel-to-reel tape recorder.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah.
And as was not, I wouldn't call it customary, but it was getting to be one, just because I enjoyed doing it so much, that many shows I would sit there in front of the TV with the microphone from the thing close to the speaker like that. Yeah, this is 1973. Come on.
Right.
And I would record.
Yeah.
And here's the really crazy thing.
Yeah.
I still have that tape.
I bet you do. That does not surprise
that
me.
reel-to-reel tape. I don't have a. I do have a tape recorder, but it needs to be restored. But it's actually the very same reel-to-reel tape deck that we use to record things like the Chris and Dale O'Brien shows, and
I'm just glad that all made it down from in your big move.
Yeah, it did.
I'm glad.
It did. But I cannot speak to the quality of the tape anymore, being 53 years. In what amounts to storage, and probably poor storage at that.
Somebody I'm sure could restore it.
Yeah. But we can find, it so happens that all of the 1980 floor show is available on YouTube, so we have plenty of interesting stuff to react to.
Yeah.
Not just with Bowie, but also with his guest stars, one of whom was a band that performed the song that I still have it too, on a 45 RPM single, the significance of which is that it's the very first 45 RPM single I ever bought.
Okay.
And that song is Wild Thing by the Trogs. And he actually got the Trogs, the original Trogs.
Oh my goodness.
All
right.
7 years after they recorded the original in 1966. Mind you, this cover is a song that was written and first performed in 1965. So, whatever.
Hey, exactly.
Whatever. But here he got the original artist to come on and perform it, and that's a pretty wild video as well.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely have to react to the whole thing sometime.
Yeah.
Even though we'll have to rewatch this song, just from start to finish, watch the whole thing.
Yeah, watch the whole thing. This is the second one. This is the song after the first commercial.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's something else to watch. I got that and a list of other things to come here.
Absolutely.
For more videos. So keep on watching, everybody. And I love the fact that my subscriber list is finally starting to go back up again, even after the copyright warning, they called it, with the Kansas video.
Whoopsie.
And speaking of that, of course, if any videos get blocked, and I've got some exclusives in mind to put on Patreon, do check out the my Patreon channel at patreon.com/intelligentdonkey.
Yep, it's cheap. What is it, $1 a month?
$1 a month.
$1 a month.
$1 a month supports the channel, and you can see exclusive content and whatnot over there. I'm thinking I'm going to eventually just put everything on there, but only put on the things on YouTube that I can.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see, because it could end up being a bit more of a mixture of things than what some people are really liking. But any which way, I am going to keep on going with the Patreon stuff. Mm-hmm. So go check that out. And if you, I would like it if you subscribe to this channel and like the video if you haven't clicked on that like button yet, and share it with your friends on social media, and don't be a donkey of limited intelligence. Instead,
be an intelligent donkey.
And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.